Hello everyone, and welcome to a new video. If you're new here, my name is Mohammed. We continue our training and the preparation for Elastic Certified Engineer exam, and today with a new topic. We will discuss the ingest pipeline. Let's jump to the documentation. Let's read about the ingest pipeline, then we will jump to our lab environment to implement some scenarios. So an ingest pipeline, it's a way to process the documents before we indexing it in Elasticsearch. It's allow us to modify, enrich, transform, by using the different processors. We're gonna discuss about them in a bit. There is a lot of or different processors like rename, set, convert, grok. We will see a few of them. They're really useful. This ingest pipeline, like to clean the data before you index it to Elasticsearch or make it ready to use, like changing the type or extracting the information that you need and drop the rest, and so on and so forth. So this is how it works. So you have your source. Let's say you are using Elastic Agent or FileBit or WinLogBit or whatever, or even log/. You want to send it to Elasticsearch to index it, right? So the ingest pipeline, the ingest pipeline will be here in between the two. Like before your data is stored in Elasticsearch, it's gonna be processed here first, right? So let's go here, and it will be processed like again. So here is the sect, lowercase, or we want to rename, set, drop, convert, whatever the grok processor. Then the result, we will index it, right? So let's so this is the syntax for the processors. Give me 1 second. Yes, this one, processors. Okay. So it's depend on the, so as you can see here, we have a good list. It's around 20 or 30 processors. This is like who made this change. Like if we want, for example, to remove something, right? Or if we have a JSON and we want to extract the JSON, or if we have a CSV, or if we have a GeoIP and we want to enrich, like adding the city and the country and the geolocation of the IP address, we can use it. A drop, for example, if we don't need okay, so let's say all the logs or the network equal or underscore name equal guess drop, like remove or don't index, don't send me like this data that's coming from this network, for example. For GeoIP, yeah, we give the field, and in the output is gonna be something like this. So we give the or we implement our ingest pipeline. We receive the IP. Before we index the IP, we add or we enrich the IP with this informations, like adding all the GeoIP details, right? The same with remove. Like if we want to remove a field or 2 or 3 or whatever, like we don't need to drop all the document, but we want to remove 1 field or 2 fields. Easy, like we can use this one if we want split, and so on and so forth. But here, to be able to know which one you need to use, you have to be comfortable with the different processors. So I would recommend you go through all of them. Why not? And learn about it. Or here you will find a few examples. You can use it to learn about the grok, or sorry, about the processor, and you implement it after that, right? In our example today, let's jump to our lab environment. Let's go here to dev tools. Let's remove all of this, right? Okay, so let's say we are getting this information. We are getting this log from whatever network device, from proxy, from firewall, whatever. So we have here, for example, the source IP. Here we have the user. Here we have timestamp. Here we have the method, and here we have the request itself, right? So it's okay, like if you index it as a message like this, but it's more useful like if you split it, if you parse this document. This is the scenarios, or this is what you're gonna face. Like you will get something like this, and ask you like to parse, for example, this log. Even in your production, you get it like this. Usually, if you use the bits or if you use Elastic Agents, usually, or with the integration, this log will be parsed automatically. Like you don't need to go and parse it. But let's say for a reason or another, using logstash, or I don't know, you have your Python script is sent into Elasticsearch, so you get in the data like this. So you have to use the ingest pipeline to do that, right? So what we need to do, I already prepared it here, right? So let me just copy paste it and let's walk through it, right? So here I will have this ingest pipeline. We will call it log pipeline. This is a description of the of our ingest pipeline, and here we're gonna use a grok processor. So usually we use a grok, and we use it a lot when we have log like this, right? It's not a JSON. It's not like this is the message. This is the log, the original log. This is how we get it from the source. So usually we use the grok, right? Here, if we go to the documentation and if you search for grok, so here is the grok. So grok, it doesn't matter the pattern here, right? Or the pattern of the log. You will you can parse it. So as you can see here, they have the IP, they have the request, they have the method, they have, I don't know, this is as I can see here, a byte, this is I don't know, time or whatever. So what you do is like you take one by one. Okay, so if it is IP, then it's gonna be IP, and you give it a name. So this is the name you want to give. So you can give client.ip, client underscore IP, or IP, or public IP, or whatever. And here, get, since this is just a string, you can give it a word, and you name it whatever you want. Then we have request, right? And this is the URI path parameter, right? So you give it, so it will take this one. Then what we have here, it's number, right? So you give it a number, and you give a name for the number. Then lastly, you have this one, which is also a number, and you give it a name. Here is duration, right? In my example, it's something similar. So it's like this. So I will start with the IP. This one, it's an IP. I give it an IP and give a name IP, or let's say client IP, for example. Here user is user, for example. Here I say it's user underscore name, right? Then I have as you can see, I add backslash. It's like to skip this this bracket, right? And here the value inside is timestamp. Also skip this one, backslash. Then I have the method, so I can also say HTTP method. Then finally I will have the request itself, right? So I run it, okay? And now if I index this document, what will happen here? So I will create an index. I have a document, and this is the ID of the document. Let's just change the ID. Here, before we index the ID, I'm calling the ingest pipeline. So I have a pipeline, and here the name of the pipeline. So here, before we index it as it is, I will parse it first, then we index the result. So if I do this now, it's created, everything is good. Now if I search on the let's do get, and here go logs, and here go, or let's just do search, right? So if I do it like this, so here, so look what we have. We have, yes, 1 second, here we go, username, yes, here we go, this is the right document. So you see here, this is the original. I can remove it, like I can also here add another processor, like here a comma, and say a drop, or drop, and I remove the field after we do the parsing. Like this one, I don't need it, or in my case I just left it as it is. But here, for example, as you can see, instead of having all the informations in one field, I split it. And there is a reason like why we need to parse, right? Like if I want to create a filter based on the specific range of IPs or time range, or a method, like I said, okay, give me all the get requests, right? All the requests that have a get, or like that. This will help us to use our data, right? So here is the final result, right? With that being said, we get to the end of this video. This is the example that I want to show. This is a way how I did the simulation, but there is another way, is like use underscore simulate, and you give the document in the same simulation, right? It's like this. Let's just give it a try. This one. So this, when you use underscore simulate, it will not index. This is just let's say you are developing your processor or your ingest pipeline, and you don't want to index it. Like you want to see how it's gonna be, and okay, if you like it, then you can use it in this way. So both, the first one is just to test your processor, and also this is to test and index the end result. Right? Let me know in the comment section if you have any question. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.